Hello, I'm Kyle Loxton, joined by Kyle, and you're now listening to the SoulInsights Podcast. Let it rain, be the forecast. C&K coming through with a new broadcast. UK raised at a show on the dog tag. Everything changed, but we always stay on track. Straight face in the place, yeah, I'm on that. Every week a new episode on tap. Same phase, new pace, better contact. Socials, SoulInsights Index, we follow that. Follow that. Follow that. Follow that.
Howdy.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode
of Suck Your Mum.
We're going to do we're chilling it down a bit actually this episode, so we're going to be on a different vibe. Self-reflection.
Yeah, what's the title?
I think that self-reflection, is it? Number
Part 2, yeah, or whatever it was last time, part 1, but this is part 2 version, so you know.
Hopefully, like you said,
let's get with it.
Was it once a month? Possibly.
Maybe, yeah, whenever we feel like it, whenever we can't bother to think of something else to talk about.
Do it down.
So. Right, we're starting off with last week's new music because we fucked it and forgot. So,
yeah, exactly.
Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so this is Currency, Traumatone, Highway 600 Deluxe, Lyrical Lemonade, All Is Yellow, Tom Adele, Black Friday, James Arthur, Bittersweet Love, Bones, Champion, Poya, Tara Reid, Chrome, Casket 2, Armageddon, The Ratings, Ballad.
That was the album.
Bystander.
That was the albums.
And then singles, Bad Omens, Poppy, Van, Palace, Bleach, Wavy Jones, Hard to Feel, Machiavelli, God, Purple in My Lungs, Sampra, Josiah, Smoke, Skepta, Gas Me Up, Diligent, Justin Timberlake, Selfish, Ice Spice, Think You the Shit, for ban that song, The Kid Laroi, Heaven, Headaches, Tion Wayne, Takura, Low-Key, London Drift, Sante, T Over Henny, Ramirez, Stick Up, and One and Only Scars.
So that'll be well over a week old now. So,
yeah, we're still new stuff. Check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Check it out.
Right, on to Normal Matters.
From you listening to that, would you recommend any of them? That Poya, Tara Reid sounds pretty cool.
Poya, Tara Reid album, yeah. Sampra, Machiavelli Gods.
Ramirez,
yeah.
Skepta was quite cool actually.
Yeah, Skepta was alright song.
We'll probably review his album when that comes out, because I think it's set to come out this year.
Yeah.
Shout out UK.
Yeah.
I think you're the shit, bitch.
Exactly.
You ain't even the fart. Right.
Weekly catch up. I've done nothing of interest.
We had a first ski lesson.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
So that was pretty cool. I mean, the slope's quite busy at the minute because it's ski season in Europe.
Yep, so everybody's going
so it's
to
a bit
refresh themselves.
But that was the first time I ever put skis on as well, so that was a bit jokes.
It's horrible.
I definitely prefer the snowboard boots to ski boots, I would say.
Yep.
But like you said, the shins take a bit of a battering as well. But it's good though. And I would
say
exercise. From a first impression point of view, it seemed like skis was alright though, rather than snowboarding.
Easier than snowboarding to start with.
Yeah, so take that information how you wish.
Yeah, sounds right. That's it, because I
think so. And then the rest was just like background stuff again.
Pointless shit.
But what we did together was that banter.
Yeah. Right, music recommendation.
Music recommendation of this episode is going on the SO Pod playlist on Spotify is Scrim Demo Demons. And it slaps.
From his new album, which obviously we'll tell you the name of later.
And he's part of Suicide Boys, so
banging.
It's that sort of vibe as well.
Exactly.
So shout out when they're both doing their own projects, isn't it? Slick.
Speaking of suicide,
what?
We come into the game recommendation. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Because it came out today, being the 2nd of February. I don't know what it's like. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's another Suicide Squad game, and don't know how I did. I'm pretty sure it was shit. But anyway, it's a new game, so check it out.
Cool. Is it co-op?
I have no idea. I didn't look at anything about it.
It's your sort of vibe though, is it?
DC.
Plays Harley Quinn,
to be honest.
Lit.
Plays that weird shark thing. Right. TV, I don't have anything, so if you've got anything, say right now.
The Office, yes.
The Office, always, every week. And the film, because it's new, it's Marvel as well, Madam Web. Female Spider-Man, if I'm allowed to say that. It's the Madam Spider-Man.
Is that a comic?
No, because then the Spider-Man. It's the Madam Spider woman, man, Madam. Spider-Madame. There we go, that's better, isn't it?
Just every superhero
it was a comic
female
book,
version.
Yeah. I don't know.
She-Hulk. Female Venom was one in the film.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name is.
Female Spider-Man.
There's a female Thor.
Well, fair enough.
There's not a female Iron Man.
Big up the women roles.
But then what is female these days?
Just any roles.
Moving on, because I ain't getting into that shit.
What was the last Marvel film? Because apparently everyone's clocking on that they are kind of just churning out content now.
You had the Marvels, the female bitches.
I can't keep up.
There was another TV show as well, but I don't know what it was really. And Echo, that's the one. There you go. TV show Echo. I'll just recommend that. I have no idea what it is, But
Cool.
Echo. It's on Disney Plus. Sound right. Let's move away from all of that because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
So
main topic. Nope, it's not. Cocktail.
You're fucking forgetting everything, aren't you? Jesus
Cocktail.
Christ.
So it is. Cocktails called X-rated. Of all the improbable names given to cocktails, this one takes the prize. It is not, as you see from the recipe, a wildly erotic mixture. What is most important here, though, is to be correctly dressed before you pick up your glass. Whenever two or more are gathered together for X-rated cocktails, everyone taking part must wear a grubby raincoat and a furtive air. What's that?
Fuck knows.
The rules of dress regarding what goes under the raincoat are, shall we say, more elastic. In fact, anything from complete nudity to those curious garments advertised in surgical supply catalogues is acceptable, providing you can sit down without injury. At a prearranged signal, all the raincoats must be removed. This will break the ice at any party and possibly some of the chandeliers as well. Here's the recipe. Place half an ounce of white rum in a shaker, add half an ounce of blue carousel, a dash of lemon juice and a touch of egg white. Shake well, pour into a champagne glass and top up with champagne.
I was going to say, it sounded nice until you said egg white, and I don't really know what to think of that.
Does egg white like bulk up the drink though?
I don't know.
Because
protein.
When you hear like a couple drinks, they chuck an egg white in quite a few times.
Knows.
So
maybe it's just a
maybe
split stuff, split colours or some shit. Don't know.
It's not the first time I've had that.
Like, consistency in that.
But banging.
So maybe that with the curacao, because the curacao splits as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it'll layer it.
It'll look quite cool. It's like a see-through and blue layered sort of drink.
Probably
I'd
like
imagine, isn't
spunk.
it? Fizzy as well at the top.
Yeah.
And you're butt naked drinking it.
Or an elastic. Or a gimp suit.
Gimp suit, yeah.
Whatever you floats your boat.
So there you go. Whatever floats your gimp.
Whatever floats your fluck and then...
Right. Dictionary of Schoolsorrows by John Koenig. Chapter 2. The interior wilderness, defining who you are from the inside out. And the word is agnathesia.
Agnathesia.
The state of not knowing how you really feel about something, which forces you to sift through clues hidden in your own behaviour as if you were some other person, noticing a twist of acid in your voice, an obscene amount of effort you put into something trifling, or an inexplicable weight on your shoulders that makes it difficult to get out of bed.
Huh?
So it's kind of just like you're lost for words, how you really feel about something.
The first thing I
shocked
thought was you're clueless.
Yeah, you're overwhelmed by too many ideas. You don't know where to start, so you just sit there. Or you could be so shocked that it's inexplainable, do you reckon?
Basically, I've no fucking clue what's going on, and you just go along with it.
I'm pretty sure we've had a few of those situations
many
where
a time.
we're lost for words. Like, well, it doesn't even deserve words, though, isn't it? It's gone so far past
It's
the point.
so shit or so fucked up that you're
Straight
just
face,
like...
isn't it?
I'm not
That's
even
all
going
it
to say
needs.
anything to that. Somebody opens their mouth and starts speaking, you're just like, you're not even worth my words. Not worth my time at all.
The state of not knowing how you really feel about them. So you're just
Looking at them like-
face.
Well, no, because usually you know how you feel about them, and that's they're a massive twat.
Yeah.
So you're such a bellend.
That's the theory of straight face, though, isn't it? Don't even need words.
Exactly.
So, main topic, self-reflection.
So we have a list of questions again, which we'll answer. Did you actually look at them beforehand?
Briefly, when I wrote
I've
them.
got sort of answers written down. Some of them I'm probably going to go jokes with, and
I'm probably
maybe
able to think of
try
a
to go
question.
in depth. But
Sometimes
answer.
with these, it's probably quite cool that you can answer them just off the dome as well, because then it's a bit more raw, isn't it? If you've actually sat down and thought about it, you can kind of bullshit your way out of the question.
So the things that I've written
Like a therapy
down
session.
were my first thoughts.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because I was doing it at work. I was just literally just sat there like, right, I read the question. I was like, right, yeah, that's the first thing that popped in my head, so I wrote it down.
Sometimes it's good for little like bullet points or notes, isn't it? And we just run off each other anyway, isn't it? So.
Right, what battles have you fought and overcome in your life?
Question 1. Self-confidence issues, do you reckon?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
Battles? I mean...
I thought you thought about this.
Well, life is a long battle, isn't it? But
yeah, but have you overcome that yet?
No.
No, 'cause you're not dead.
I'll shout out a Scrim song. All graves go unvisited in the end. Banging title for a song. But I don't know. Battles have you fought and overcome in your life? I wouldn't say necessarily overcome them yet, but probably dealing with self-hatred.
You still hate yourself.
Forever will. You can say whatever comment you want to me. It's nothing that I've probably already said about myself in the morning. What about you?
Well, confidence shit. I've gotten more confident, but still not, I wouldn't say exactly confident. I've overcome some of it, that I'm willing to do more than I used to be, but I still need to become more. And then I'm constantly fucking hurting myself.
Yeah.
Like playing football, I'll constantly be injured, and then it's just overcoming that to play again, sort of thing. Which is a more normal answer, and less fucking depressing.
Battling, like, say, certain insecurities, music probably helps, like you said, as always, when we keep inviting it back to that, is kind of venting that. So that's a way of battling them, I guess. Not necessarily overcoming them, though. I don't really know how you overcome them.
We've not exactly had any, I'll say, difficult battles.
Some's deeper. Like, the battles is probably quite lengthy. They've been there for a few years.
Yeah,
it's not just bog standard.
You can say, like, health problems and like depression and sort of that sort of stuff, which you can't say like you can't say like we've exactly suffered from. No. You might feel like you're depressed at times, most of the time. You're not as bad off as some people probably are that have to like actually it's not like it's causing you that much of an issue, is it? Yeah, to the point where you can't do stuff. So yeah, so that's that.
So yeah, it's probably quite like a nitpicky one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an open question. Whoever's listening, what battles have you fought and overcome in your life?
Or are you trying to?
It's quite a deep one. Yeah. You can go as deep or dark as you want.
You can go as deep as you want, as long as your cock allows it.
What season of life are you in right now?
The interlude of not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Waiting room.
Literally, like, just... I didn't know if it meant like season as in like I'm in summer because I'm happy and jolly.
I didn't know, yeah.
I'm in winter because I'm straight-faced, moody. Fuck. No, just I
dark
said
at 5 p.m.
interlude because you're kind of like in a waiting room essentially. Like what is actually happening? Like I don't even know what I'm doing with my life, so I've got to try and figure it out, sort of thing.
It's like a period of say like when one season ends, it's starting another. It's that period of just like that slowly shift. It's like that word, isn't it? I think those dictionary sources where you notice the change in seasons, where it's just starting to. You're not necessarily in full swing of the season, but it's in that transitional period. So I'd say it's probably more that, maybe more into like the blossoming part. Maybe trying new things that might stem out into your character in the end. Don't know. You're just trying it. So maybe that.
It's going with the flow.
What do you reckon is the best sort of season to be in? Probably. I mean, initially for our age, I'd say it's more blossoming. You're just still trying things out. Fair play to you if you figured your life out.
I was going to say the ideal one is that you know exactly what you want from your life.
That's boring,
that you're doing it. No, but that's like ideal because then you can be getting on with what you actually want to do. Whereas at the moment, it's like you're trying to figure out. Yeah, okay, trying to figure out what you want to do is quite fun because it's like you can try the different things. But if you know what you want to do and you enjoy it, you're already there. You're already enjoying your life, and there's less stress about it. That's the way I'd see that. So the ideal situation is you know what you want from your life, and you're towards the end of it.
That's sick.
Jokes. No, I don't mean that. But yeah, you like.
The interlude's pretty cool.
You know what you want to do, but yeah, interludes. You're kind of like in the middle of like an absolute fuckery, and you're just waiting for shit to get back on track, sort of thing.
Yeah, we get to like the planning stage as well. Do you reckon, like the arc point in your career, your life story? Say like a biography. What chapter do you reckon this is? Do you reckon it's like a turning point, breaking point, finishing point?
I mean, all of it's just chapter one at the end of the day, isn't
just an eclipse.
All of it's the intro until it's not anymore.
And then the outro. Eclipse, what am I about? An ellipsis. Triple dot. Forever. To be continued. Who knows? PTO. Please turn over.
Okay.
To a blank page.
What does your ideal/dream life look like? I mean, this stems off from the last question a little bit as well.
What does your ideal dream life look like?
Essentially, what do you want to do?
Yeah. What's your priority? Probably pursuing something that you feel like you have purpose whilst maintaining relationships that you feel are valuable to you and others. Wouldn't you say?
That's one way to think about it.
But I don't know.
I mean, most people, it might just be existing.
Boring. You've got to be living.
Children.
Not just existing.
Family.
Got to be living.
Got to get married and have a little sperm pet.
Yeah, it depends what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If that's what you want, then that's what you want. Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Being able to chill and do what I want.
Oh, actually, you just
with people that I want.
Fair enough.
So you're not turning up to work every day thinking, I hate this place and I don't like anyone here. you're turning up to something you want to be doing, whether or not that's at home or if it's an actual job or whatever, with people that you actually get along with, and you want to do it, sort of thing. Even if it is just a bog standard 9-to-5 job, if it's something that you actually want to do.
Yeah, because like you probably figure out at some point where like it's not always, I don't know, because I don't know if you'll ever feel like achieved or fulfilled if you ever just think of something like that. If you just kind of you're happy with yourself and your well-being, then I think other things kind of fall in place.
Yeah,
you put yourself into things first, I think. Not necessarily selfishly, it's just you kind of can reshift certain things. Like you could have some shite job, but you can still be quite happy.
But it's your own life. You got to think about
yourself. So
yourself.
Shout out one of the quotes. I say it. Shout out Into the Wild, banging film and book, and it was linked to this family happiness. So this probably could resonate with you as well. Maybe see what you think of it. So a quiet, secluded life in the country with the possibility of being useful to people to whom it is easy to do good and who are not accustomed to have it done to them. Then work, which one hopes may be of some use. Then rest, nature, books, music, love for one's neighbour, such as my idea of happiness.
Yeah, so one of my answers in one question later is going to be along those lines, actually. So, yeah, that's sound, to be fair.
So, yeah, like that film is more just like you going into the wild and trying to find yourself with your own company. And then you find a few people on similar pages which can kind of understand you, but they still you don't want them to fully understand you.
Right.
Because you're still trying to figure yourself out. So you don't want them to try and like...
Well, they can't figure you out because you haven't figured yourself out.
Exactly. But they're still on the same page. They can kind of feel where you're coming from. And they're banging people, too far. Yeah. Something like that. Ideal life is probably that quote. Just chill. Maybe not necessarily in the countryside. I'd just some sort of just... As long as you can keep
wherever
to yourself
you
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can have your own company. So, yeah.
Right.
What is the most common negative thought you have about yourself, and what would the positive version of it be?
Mine goes back to the same thing earlier. It's not enough confidence.
All right.
It's a straight face. And needing to gain more to do what I want to do.
Well, what's the negative thought, though? You just battering yourself?
Me thinking, I don't want to do that because what if it goes wrong? What if it doesn't work out the way I wanted to?
So that
kind of thing. But then in that sense, I've said that. I think I said this on the New Year podcast, maybe, that I need to just do it. Just say what I want to say to someone, or like do what I want to do in a situation. And if it goes wrong, fuck it. At least you know that it wasn't meant to work out.
Fair enough.
But I need to figure out myself that I need to get past that point of not caring, essentially, and having the confidence just to say fuck it. Whatever happens. If it doesn't work out, it's for the best.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Well, that goes to that generic metaphor then. What would be the positive version? Say instead of glass empty, your glass half full. And I mean, that's cliche and boring, but...
Instead of Guinness half empty, your Guinness half full. That's better.
Down that bitch.
You're splitting the G perfectly.
You just buy another pint.
Exactly.
Have 2 full Guinnesses. Why do you only need the one glass?
Yeah, why do you need to be glass half full? Can't you just be glass full?
And just buy another one.
Just be...
Free refills.
Crate full.
Isn't it? It's up to you. Free refills.
It's that thing
down to you.
Where they say you can have 5 liquids on your fingers. One of them's Guinness. Guinness on tip.
If you owned a pub, what would be your 5 draft beers, isn't it? Have you seen that?
Suck your motherfucking nan. Those 5.
Guinness, Asahi, Moretti, Thatcher's. San Miguel.
You've got a lot of beers there, haven't you?
Yeah, because we're beers, mate.
Right.
What are you? Guinness, and Guinness.
San Miguel, Corona, Thatcher's Haze, Inches,
Cider Buddy,
and I need one more. Let's go for a Guinness as well.
J2O.
Yeah. No, let's go for a Guinness as well. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
You need to answer it.
Most negative thought. Probably similar vibes. Probably always like that. Always happens to me sort of energy, isn't it? And then because you're thinking that, the energy does come round to actually feeling like that, and then you just beat yourself up.
How do you overcome it?
Well,
what's the positive thought of it? I've forgotten what the question is.
Yeah, positive thought.
What's the positive version of it? That you learn from it.
Accepting the fact that things happen the way they do sometimes, and just run with it. You don't need to hold grudges or do anything.
Stop beating yourself up about it, because you know that your life's a waste of time, and that you just have to deal with it.
Accept the fact that it is all pointless, and you just run with it and see whether you can enjoy segments of yourself.
Exactly.
Do you reckon?
Right. How much... Oh, what?
No, sorry.
How much time this week/month have you spent... How much time since the start of January, let's say, because we're only in February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
how much time have you
well.
spent since the start of January, so in the past month, caring for yourself?
We could carry that on and say, like, how much time would you continue doing it as well? Like, what do you put in place to carry it on?
Go on, then. You're first.
I'll say quite a bit, actually.
What?
I wouldn't say necessarily just because it's the start of 2024, because I don't think the new year mentality affects too much, but I think from doing certain jumps, hopefully, in life, it's triggered that you try and focus more like physically, trying to take care of yourself. And obviously if you do it like exercise, it helps mentally as well, doesn't it? Feel good stuff.
Yeah.
And that you can apply that good mental energy into other parts of your work.
Becoming productive in other areas.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of connects the dots. So find the initial thing that will get the ball rolling, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then eventually things will go in place. If you put yourself in the right mindset, isn't it, then you'll look in the right place for something to happen as well. I think
rather than just being a miserable twat
just waiting
about
for something, because no one will hold up for you, isn't it? Like some people say that, isn't it? Like no one's going to give you a free handout. To be fair, you got to try and
you got to do things for yourself.
Yeah.
So I put not a lot, but then it's
football's decent there.
I've said so. I've written the same thing as you. The exercise side of things, gym, football, eating better, exercise in general, that kind of thing, makes you feel better.
And you enjoy the football. So
you're actually doing it for yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It does, like mental health and that sort of thing, it helps with.
Yeah.
Because you're in there just absolutely smashing out those weights, just making yourself look big, even though you're still a weedy little shit.
It doesn't matter as long as you feel right.
Exactly, as long as you're happy going.
Say, because you like doing the football as well, that's technically self-care. Because you're actually doing
exactly,
something you're enjoying. You're not like you're forcing yourself out to do the sport you don't like just for the sake of the exercise.
Yeah.
Like you actually enjoy both sides of it. And I'd probably say self-care. It's probably like reevaluating your character and figuring out ways that you feel like you could care for yourself as well. Because not everyone will just go down the same bog standard route. You know, like you said, sometimes trying to tell someone to go to the gym or do exercise when they really haven't got the energy, like you got to try and find ways to psych them up to get the energy. So you just got to like look at yourself. Some people do say like you write a list of things down that you'd like to achieve, maybe just before going to bed as well. It's quite good. So if your mind's racing before sleep, it's good to write it down, because sometimes your brain's keeping you awake because it's trying to remind you of all the stuff that you need to do.
Yeah.
And then a useful thing what someone said is literally you write it all down and it kind of can shut off your brain. It shuts it up a little bit. It can actually work, to be fair, because then it's like your brain's like, okay, you've remembered it.
I always have it though. Like I'll be going to sleep and I'll think, I'm going to start this. I'm going to start doing this. And then like the next day it's like, nah, fuck that. That was a stupid thought, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, you don't know. Sometimes it's quite good just to write stuff, but depends what you want to do in there. Done. Going on yourself. Yeah, it's probably that, isn't it? Physically, definitely.
Self-care.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's what the whole fucking question was. So, yeah. Exercise.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Which relationships matter to you the most?
I couldn't think of anything that wasn't like a soppy sort of answer for this. Anything about people who you care about and that care about yourself. So let's just say parents. Obviously, you care about them and they care about you. But no, in my experience, I think maybe. But then friends, what's the point in trying to work on a relationship or have importance in a relationship with a friend who isn't necessarily bothered about you?
Yeah, one-way communication sort of thing.
Or you're not bothered about them.
Yeah.
It's not fair, is it really?
Fair enough, yeah.
So that's what I'd say. Anybody who I'd like to see and would like to also see me, kind of thing, is the easiest way to say that. So
say if you've got a family that likes to see you like succeed generally, you know, ask about it, inquire about it, and then you'll have like certain friends as well that will be like it as well. You know, like, so it's quite like they basically are like family, how they approach your like ambition as well. To be honest, they actually want to see you succeed, isn't it? They're not trying to be salty in the background or.
So let's not be harsh on other people. Let's be harsh on yourself. Don't waste people's time.
Yeah.
Like it's the same with like romantic shit and.
Well, respect goes a long way as well, doesn't it? So even just staying nice, so you know yourself, you know like doormat policy, but I don't know, like, yeah, you can just see, like, sometimes if you're in times of need yourself, the respect shows where they'll come through and help you out, sort of thing. So say if like your car broke down, do you know who you would call to give you a lift somewhere? You'd have some people that would just be there, just a helping hand, sort of thing. Like, that's a level of respect.
Care for other people as you would like to be cared for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the best way to put it, I think.
Yeah.
If I would treat him that way, would I like to be treated that way? And if you're going to be an absolute twat to somebody, would you then get annoyed if they were a twat to you? And if the answer is yes, don't do it.
Yeah, it's a bit arrogant that though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just assuming that
and you never
main
know,
character energy.
You never know what other people are going through, so don't necessarily just bin them off. Give them the time of day, and hopefully you can help them through shit. And then, obviously, the relationship matters, doesn't it? Which is the whole point of the question.
It's, people that just help you evolve as a person, isn't it? And, like, if you can have those certain people where you can sit down and be your true self with as well, isn't it? You're not necessarily
you're not
putting a
acting
face on.
fake.
You can have, like, deep conversations and do all sorts. Be as open as you can. Like, if it's certain issues, you've got certain mates or family that you can just say whatever. You don't ever have anything locked up in your mind, if you're lucky enough. But like you said, it's quite nice to possibly have the energy where you can come across the person where they feel like that to you. Because I feel like that's quite nice.
Both ways.
If I can be the person where they can say whatever they want, I'm not going to judge them at all. Like, you feel at ease with my company. So, like, my relationships would be, my energy is reflected. So I'd feel as comfortable, you know what I mean, in yours than you are with mine. That would be my relationship.
Which goals did you accomplish this week / month / year? And which goals did you accomplish in the past year? Let's just say that. Recently.
We can go straight from it. So week could be our goal was to start skiing. So we've started that. So technically we've accomplished that.
Month.
The month could be what? Recreational standard. Could do that. To be fair, realistic.
No, because what goals did you accomplish? Not are you looking
in
to
the last month? Yeah.
Did you accomplish starting skiing? There you go.
Exactly.
And in the past year, starting skiing.
I don't know. I mean, there's quite a few goals, like starting up a few courses and things like that, like putting in place. So hopefully the year aspect would be this time next year. Quite a lot might be different.
So you've actually
putting stuff in place, isn't it? That's probably my goal. Is actually
what you've accomplished at the moment is actually starting this stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously next year it'll be what you've accomplished is actually having completed that stuff, essentially.
And then goals from previous years would probably be like albums and like video projects. Like Out on the Trees was quite a mad goal, wasn't it? And we managed to do that. We exceeded it because it was initially going to be
one fucking video, and then it turned into like 18.
Like, what about that for exceeding goals? So it's kind of just like,
it's ridiculous.
What sort of goals do you need? Like, is it goals as in that, or goals in self-care as well?
Anything, literally whatever you want.
Like, do you want to actually achieve something or gain something, or do you want to feel better about yourself in certain areas? What is your goal in life?
Mine was starting to play football again.
Yeah,
because I hadn't played it in 10 years, and then I actually got back to it, and now doing 11 asides. So
exactly, making things happen.
That's my the main thing. Other than that, I mean, it depends how far you go back. Like, you can go back to changing jobs, which was like 2 years ago, or leaving my last job, which was coming up 2 years ago. That sort of thing. Like, technically, that's the goal that I've accomplished because I've actually moved on, and then
travel.
Yeah, so goals, I did have traveling more as well.
Yeah,
sort of thing. So as you said, it depends what your goal is, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it really. Yeah, it can be like as big as small as you want, isn't it? Like, small goals are always quite good as well because they will just amount up to a big goal anyway. Same with the initial energy, where as soon as you start feeling good about yourself from accomplishing little things, you keep that energy and just keep going up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
So start small, doesn't matter, doesn't it? Like Will Smith's one, I think he says. Was it Will Smith? It's kind of like success is like one brick at a time. So you can't just expect the house to be built overnight, isn't it?
Why not?
Oh, Rome wasn't built. Whatever it is.
Fuck off. We've been to Rome, so you know.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
But literally, just like if you just felt like after a week or a day you've just placed one brick down, it's one brick more than you placed. So.
And even if you're just thinking about placing a brick, at least you've moved on from not placing a brick.
The negative thought is that NF lyric where it says I could work 24 hours a day and feel like I still never did enough.
Yep.
Because that is probably one thought that I'd have. So you feel like you've worked non-stop, but you still feel like you could have done better. So you always have that high expectation of yourself.
which is where
it's quite toxic. It's a bit annoying.
Yeah,
I don't have that with other people. I have it on myself.
Your life becomes a problem because you never feel like you can do enough, and that's when you start getting stressed and depressed. And
because imagine like if you won like that mad award, like say video editing, but like you could have done it better, but you have like this award, like you won it anyway, and it's just like
you win a Grammy and you're just like, well,
point?
I've won this Grammy, but what I did was shit. It's what Eminem says about the Grammys. It's a waste of fucking time. Don't make me go there just to give the award to some absolute fuck-nose person nobody's ever heard of because you want to make them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, see what it means.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what the quote was.
I think as long as you like it, isn't it? I mean, especially music. If you're playing your own music, then you generally like it as well, isn't it? If you're just sat there playing, then you're happy with your own product. Doesn't really matter how many other people. You know what I mean? Just happy with your stuff that you make.
Exactly.
So there we go.
Right, your turn.
What have been your best moments in life so far?
I just put travelling. You can see the world from a different perspective, see how other people live, opens your eyes up to different cultures and how your life could be different and if you should be happy with it or not.
Yeah. Probably similar vibes.
Like you go to, I don't know, some like a poor country, like in Africa or whatever, and you look at it and you think, actually, my life's not so bad. It could be worse, kind of thing. And then,
but then what
you can help make the most out of yourself. Then you'd be like, oh, actually, I've got all of these opportunities.
Yeah.
Let's actually use them. Like, let's seize the day.
Yeah. But you can have it. What humbles you there is, say, possession-wise or anything like that, they're much worse off than you, but in their character and their energy, they're a lot happier still. So where's that connection where it's like you don't actually need all this shit to be happy?
Exactly.
Just making connections with the people around you and helping out and feeling that love around you, I think it just keeps you, high anyway. You don't need any of this fancy pants bullshit.
I can feel the love.
I can feel the
exactly. So that's mine.
But I'd say similar. Best moments, travel memories. Just making memories, that's all it's about. That's all this life is about.
Yeah,
making memories and sharing them with people that you care about. Because I said, shout out into the world again. There's his last quote before he died is, happiness is only real when it's shared. And it's true. You think you can only be happy for so much within yourself, but you want to share it with people who care as well, isn't it? Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, which I suppose goes back to the last one of the other questions, which is when people care about you and you care about them. You want to
share your good news with them, don't you?
Yeah, there's no point just trying to tell somebody who couldn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah. One goal as well, linking back to that, is what Kevin Hart said. Like, if you're the only person that makes all that money and your friends are not on the same sort of level as you, it gets boring. Because, you can go off and do you're on your own a lot of the time. You want to create opportunities with your mates and go off and do all the cool stuff with your friends, isn't it? And I said one of the ultimate goals, say if you did music, you have like all your mates just touring around. You have your team, but your mates, they love you enough where they can go be friends, but they can be colleagues at the same time.
Yeah.
So they know when they can switch off, going, right, it's showtime. Let's just smash this. And then after the show, it's just like, that's an insane goal. But that's sharing moments, so the best moments in life would be just sharing your highest points with people you care about, the best moments.
Mm-hmm. Sound.
Otherwise, everything else is irrelevant, isn't it?
Exactly.
It just makes you smile for like 2 days and then you go back to a straight face.
Right. What are your top priorities right now?
Snowboarding. Snowboarding's up there.
Which obviously you haven't announced exactly yet as to why, so you can just leave it at that.
But that'd be hopefully initial change. One of the top priorities is, getting really good at that. Maintaining the music. Hopefully finishing this project just before I go as well. So that's hopefully be all year. That's my top priority is to get that one done, because that project means a lot as well. It's touching on quite a lot of cool areas.
Yeah.
And maintaining exercise as well. Just keep starting it and keep up in the level intensity of your workouts and all sorts like that. So just remaining fit, I think, top priority as well.
So because you said that, I can add that in as well, because I didn't really know what to say. Is the fitness side of things in football, let's say, but carrying on doing it. And then I wrote, sort out what I actually want to do, because I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Sort out what I would like from existence. And
but how do you reckon
on.
would be your stepping stones into that?
I've no idea.
Like your starting point.
I've no idea.
Because rather than say like overwhelm yourself with the initial whole outcome of it, say like maybe certain areas that you like, and then maybe look into certain, like maybe really small steps first. Because I know I'd probably be similar to me before, like deciding to do some random leap into some unknown area would be like, what am I doing?
I feel like first stepping stone is moving.
Just shifting environment.
Yeah. Even if it's same area, just different house, living on my own kind of thing. Or like moving out from family.
Just some more independence.
Sort of thing. So yeah, that's it. Open your eyes to a lot more, and then it might help you sort of like think, oh, I quite like this, and then you might try more stuff.
Yeah.
You've got more opportunity and more freedom to do it as well, rather than being stuck at home kind of thing.
You could do, like, say, if you liked your video editing as well, isn't it? You could do some more go into...
Yeah, I'd have to proper get into it, but
again, that could help with moving. So say if you had a better Wi-Fi and that, and better signal.
Yeah, exactly. But then more...
Gives you better work motivation, isn't it? Mentality and that. It's more achievable. Whereas when you upload a video, it doesn't take like 7 years to upload, and it kind of just puts you off the whole idea of wanting to do anything. Exactly. So say if you had an upload where it took like 2 seconds, you'd like, let's just churn out content then.
The fact I had to put videos on my iPads and leave my iPads unlocked overnight to upload it for like 4 hours because we live in a
but then I guess that's like
shithole.
Say like move to areas that suit more your desires and needs and lifestyle, isn't it? So that's why I always thought, like, say if I was to move to London personally, for me would be the whole environment of the city would just help music and all that freelance stuff, isn't it? So it's more like work based rather than family and connections like that. Like start one. It's not in my forefront of my mind, isn't it? Trying to just like maybe feel more achieved in yourself about doing something, accomplishing something.
Mine's kind of whatever happens.
But I don't know.
Let life do what it wants to me.
Top priorities, find a purpose.
Essentially, yeah. But then if life has no purpose for me, then I'll just mince around chilling out for the remainder of my days. I'm
sure it's something. I reckon it'd be mad, that top priorities. It'd be interesting to see whether that, if you asked yourself that every year, or at least every like 10 years, isn't it? How different that goes.
How different you'd think.
Yeah. Right, last one is, what does your ideal dream home look like? You probably could link that, to be fair.
So this goes back to what you said, that quote earlier, about fucking off into the middle of nowhere. What was that? Yeah. I literally put middle of nowhere with no twats around.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be the middle of nowhere, but somewhere where... In a place, not necessarily saying secluded either.
But technically it's secluded here, isn't it? Like where we live now.
In a place where you can get on with your life and you're not bothered by nosy people, noises, that sort of thing. Like, say you lived on like Oxford Street, you'd be fucked, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But then you don't want to live in a cabin in the woods because you'd probably drive yourself insane, like lonely and shit like that. You want something where you can go out and you can do stuff, but not basically where we live, but maybe a bit easier access to stuff.
Maybe like a mountain town or something. So, like that Meerhofen where we stayed, isn't it? So you live in somewhere small like that, but then you got the mountains. So like if you really want to escape, you could just go to the mountains for a bit.
You've got the life that you can like have, like say the nightlife, say anything like that. Like you can go out and do stuff with people.
But you can
also go out and do stuff on your own and not be bothered. Like it's quiet.
Yeah.
To be honest, this area is quite similar to that.
You could do that, because you could just go down beach, couldn't you, and literally not be bugged.
Or you can go up into the hills and not be bugged. Or you could go into town, go and meet people, do stuff. I mean, there's pubs and shit like that, so restaurants and that.
But do you reckon you'd feel cool, say... it's interesting. So if you enjoyed the community aspect of it, so people do make the moment good, it just depends who they are.
Yeah, so you need to make sure you're actually around people you want to be around then.
Yeah. And
people you get along with, people you can actually talk to, not just people that are like useless.
It would be quite cool, say, if you created your own community, not like cult, obviously, but
why not?
Say if you started a football in another town and everyone came there and they felt like they could like escape a little bit playing football, and you've created that opportunity for them. That would be quite cool.
So that's what our club is. It's people that have essentially been rejected from the other clubs in the area, where it's like cliques.
Right. And then you just actually play football.
I won't actually say places.
Yeah.
But you've got like this town where it's all basically it's a group of people that have known each other for so long, and it's impossible to get in with them because you don't get along with them, kind of thing, or maybe you're not quite good enough and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So our football club is literally, if you want to play football, come down. It doesn't matter if you're absolute shite.
Yeah.
Just come and enjoy.
Do you know what I reckon you could do? Not should do, like just like a random possibility. Say if you look at doing like volunteering, like abroad for like an after school activity, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously we've had a look at some of that. Well, we've talked about this.
Well, whilst I'm
but
pissing off doing this or whatever, isn't it? You could have a look
yeah,
at
but
doing
then
that.
it comes down to the confidence thing we spoke about
Yeah,
earlier.
but it'd be quite cool. Say if you're already part of like a school and you were with other volunteers that did like this after school activity. So instead of the kids, like say bottom line would be saving the kids from doing like street activity, they come to you to play footy for the evening, and you can tell they really want to be there, and you're doing something good where you're keeping them occupied in something good that could actually just better them as well, and you're kind of technically inspiring them probably, because you go into certain countries where they're probably sweaty at football, you know what I mean, already.
Yeah, much better than us, yeah.
I don't know, I personally think it'd be quite cool as well. Like, football's not as big a thing in my head as yours, but it'd still be cool to just inspire that group of people to maybe possibly like change the way how they think just through football. You could do that as well. Depends how well you come across as a teacher and instructor in that, isn't it?
Yeah.
How open-minded you are. So yeah.
Anyway, extremely off topic.
What did you do?
What's your ideal dream home look like?
I don't know. Generally don't know. I don't think it would be too secluded. I think it'd be more, I'm very work orientated, so as long as the jobs that I'm doing satisfy me, the house, as long as you maybe have your own space, it's not getting broken into, so you're not living in a random area where there's baddies coming through your door stealing your shit. But I don't know, just enough to, you're surrounded by just good company.
Fair enough.
Technically you can make a home, isn't it? 'Cause otherwise it is just a building. Cause like, you know, when you move house, like how a home does just randomly become a building all of a sudden, like the vibe goes. It literally just leaves the whole essence. So I think it would just always feel like that. So what makes a house a home is the people in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it depends. I mean, that's not necessarily start a family or anything, is it?
Just go jokes mode.
I don't know. Ideal dream home. That will change again, I think. At the minute, I think it'd be quite cool to have a little base just like on a shack on the beach just chilling, like, because you know your job might be linked around that area anyway, so you can go off and do your job, come home and chill.
When you want, yeah.
But I don't know if that would be like a forever thing, but see like whether you get out your system and then change your perspective again and that.
As they ask again in 3, 4, 5 years, and your mind's completely different.
But like I said, it is quite nice to have that opportunity to be secluded as well, because I think if you get so caught up in city life all the time, I reckon it eventually just drives yourself insane, isn't it? You just get lost in like what everyone's telling you all the time. Like, you don't have time for your own thoughts because it's constantly just being like
too much racing around,
distracted all the time. Yeah. Whether sometimes that might be good, and then when you shift out, your mind's so active then that it's just like, how have I stayed here? I don't know. You just have to try it, I guess. So yeah.
Right.
That was
self-reflection part 2, and hopefully you've done self-reflection yourself and answered our questions.
To be honest, the bottom line of these self-reflections is what goals, like, it's a good way to put your headspace in a good way of reevaluating certain parts of your life as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
reflecting on yourself,
sorting out your goals,
like
sort of shit like that.
Typical. There was one that I missed that I said to you, is what's your strengths and weaknesses? Because that's like, I think, interview sort of question, isn't it? But rather than strengths and weaknesses to like a job, what would be your strengths and weaknesses
to life,
to you? Yeah,
existence. Yeah.
And self-reflections basically loads of different questions, but bottom line is linked to your strengths and weaknesses, isn't it? Like, every question goes under that umbrella. So it's always good to reflect on yourself. Whether you write it down and no one actually looks at it as well, it's good to just get it out your head as well. You don't necessarily
just talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Jokes, mate.
Right on the walls.
Exactly.
Right, we're done.
Yeah. We'll go on to...
No, next week we're going to be... Well, whenever this is. Kanye's, isn't it?
Maybe. If it's absolute shit, we ain't doing it.
And it might be someone else's. So there might be a couple album reviews coming next. So that'll be more jokes than that.
Yep.
And then I think there's a few things actually we got lined up.
Probably.
Decent.
Lose track of what's happening, to be honest. So
hopefully there's like 100 questions linked to this. So we will do around 10 episodes of this, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and then we might find more questions and do more.
Yeah,
so.
possibly.
Right.
Boom.
New music for this week.
Yes.
If you've even written it.
Yeah. Scrim, Lonely Boy.
Is the only album.
That we checked out. Yeah. Insane album as well, to be fair.
Singles.
Mike, How Many Times? Logic, Fear, Call Me Stevie Ray, Move, 24K Golden, Clarity, Brucey, Shapes, Let It Go, Nems, Els, Tiger, Sensei, Freddie Dredd, Frank Miller, Kill Again, I'm So Glad, and Sampra, Josiah, Smoke. Did I say that last time? Might have said the same thing.
Yeah, Smoke's old one.
Yeah.
It's last week's. So.
There you go.
Sock.
Scrims was decent listen, and Logic, we're getting ready for Ultra 85, baby.
Yeah. Which will probably be like a 4-hour episode. Jokes.
Which would be jokes if it was 85 tracks, what I said to you.
I doubt it.
But do you think it'll be every day? No, what's it? Everybody vibes. Mixture of
potentially.
Because it's part of, you said quadrilogy.
Quadrilogy
so
with...
Under Pressure.
Yeah. The Incredible True Story.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. And it's a timeline.
And then Ultra 85. I don't know exactly. We can go into all of this when we do it.
Yeah, because you're the Logic
I'll figure out some more shit about it and we can talk about it properly.
But it's been on there for ages, but shout out Logic.
Right, let's go fact first.
Yep.
So, the belly button is so dirty that scientists are discovering new, previously unknown bacteria. One person had bacterium previously found only on Japanese soil where he had never been.
What?
So think, if you're doing shots out of a stripper's belly button,
nice.
They've probably got some weird fucking shit inside
Let's
of it.
take shots off our body. Funds up for the summer. Here we go on our beef.
Our beef for Chiron and Loxton. Out plenty of time ago.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking shots out of belly buttons, is it?
Exactly.
No. You want to do that? You want to do that?
Right, jokes. I got 2 because I found the other one fucking hilarious, but this one was banter. So, what do you call children born in a whorehouse?
What?
Brothel sprouts.
Fuck's sake.
What has 5 toes and isn't your foot?
Oh, yeah. Somebody else's.
My foot. Did you see the little alien video on TikTok?
No.
Oh, there's a little video where some dude makes alien, like, little alien thing, and they tell the jokes, and it's fucking banter page.
You know, like, you'll keep it running a sec. There's that thing that I sent you, wasn't it? The dad jokes. We've got to say at least one of them. Did you read all of them? I want to see your reaction.
The little line. I've told one of them on the podcast before, actually.
Oh,
so
is the fact they're going to load it?
Turn the volume down. It's not already.
Okay. It's not the best ceiling I've ever seen, but it's up there. A father was washing his car with his son, and the son asked, "Dad, can't you just use a sponge?"
I've told that one before.
That is a clean joke.
Yeah, quite literally. Although the son isn't. Right.
I think, yeah.
We'll do an episode of dad jokes at some point where I literally just run off like 100 of them and see your reaction.
Yeah, okay.
So, we'll leave it there.
There we go.
Sounds. Right, that was self-reflection.
Yep. Start doing that more often in 2024, I would say. That's my advice. What's your advice?
Suck yourself.
Okay. Toodaloo.
Thank you for listening to another episode. You can find us on all streaming platforms under the SoulInsights Podcast. Please leave us a rating and review. Check out our socials, CSI Index,
TikTok and Instagram,
the SoulInsights Index,
YouTube,
SoulInsights.